Live from iRacing's virtual Fairbury American Legion Speedway, welcome sim racing fans to the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car World Championship Qualifying Series live on Racecraft TV. We're happy that all of you are spending your Monday evening with us on the road to the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car iRacing World Championship. I'm your host, Joshua Lee. Alongside me in the commentary booth is Jordan Hicks. And Jordan, the schedule is getting down very thin. Fairbury and Kokomo remain on the schedule before we'll take the top 20 and go racing in the World Championship. So for the drivers that are underneath that cut line now, these next two races have to be just about perfect for them.
You know, definitely. So we're going to see a lot of interesting battles here tonight and next week. So I'm really looking forward to who's going to walk away with that victory here tonight. But next week is really where all the points matter because it's the last week and you really want to get above that cut line.
Felix Waugh, Michael Heilman, Rylan Gray, Kenny Hoffman, the first four that are below that cut line. Everybody else up from there. Logan Rumsey, Gregory Lamy, Braden Shute, Landon Cardoza, all pretty much safe when it comes to that cut line, but they're still going to be looking for some consistent finishes out here tonight to really solidify themselves above that cut line. But Dylan Yeager, Jeremy St. Louis, Ernie Williams Jr., and basically everybody down from David Cardwell we'll be looking for more consistency through the last two rounds of the championship to hopefully walk away with a spot in the World Championship come 2022. Let's take a look at where we are, and we are at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway, rich with racing history, been open since 1922 for motorsports racing in Fairbury, Illinois. Short quarter-mile circuit, so lap times are going to be fast, under 11 seconds here at Fairbury in these 410s. So much like Weed Sport, things are going to happen incredibly quickly out there on the track tonight. Taking a look at the race analysis, things happening quick on the racetrack. Well, the race analysis tells that exact story. Two heat races tonight, both of which are 8 laps in length. The top 7 transferring in from both of those. Then any driver who did not qualify for the feature race yet goes to the LCQ, where the top 4 are going to transfer after 10 laps. And then from there, we will have the feature race, a final 30-lap stretch all the way to the finish of tonight's festivities, with 18 drivers taking part in that one. Qualifying just about to wrap its way up, 40 seconds remaining on the qualifying timer. And a couple of new faces here in the top split this week as we continue to work our way towards that World Championship. And a lot of the drivers who are underneath that cut line need a good night here from virtual Fairbury, and there's a good handful of them in the session here tonight that will be looking for some consistency and a good finish here at Fairbury, which can be extremely difficult. Watch those lines to develop, watch the track to dry out relatively quickly. With it being such a short racetrack, gotta be careful when you're out there and watching which line becomes the preferred. Getting ready to go racing here in virtual Fairbury, as we will take a look at your starting grid for heat number 1 here from virtual Fairbury. And walking away with the pole position, it will be Blake Majulis, with Gregory Lamy to his outside, John Batista, Dylan Yeager, David Allen, and Landon Cardoza, the top 6 on the starting grid. Richie Preston, David Howlett, Dean Garrity, and Clayton Tilley are top 10, with Timothy Smith going to be rounding out all of the positions on the racetrack tonight. So 11 drivers will be taking the green flag here in heat race number 1. Jordan, this heat race is important for these drivers to get a good start to the night. You do not want to be behind the 8 ball when it comes to the racetrack, especially when it comes to these World of Outlaws 410 sprint cars.
And you know, definitely a lot of these drivers are really going to have to keep their consistency high because you don't really want to get out of the groove for that 1 second that you do, because you can just lose your spot instantly. So you really got to be on your A game and really be eyes forward on that track and really keep your position.
Only 8 laps here in heat race number 1. We're going to eliminate 4 drivers here from this heat because there's only 11 drivers. We'll take the top 7. So I believe we're going to have about 8 drivers take part in the LCQ, and we'll take away 4 from the LCQ and go racing in the final tonight. But at the front of the field, it is Blake Majulis who will be leading the field to the green flag. You can already see just how short, how small this racetrack is here from virtual Fairbury. Already the field pacing through turns 3 and 4. Blake Majulis, known as one of the fastest drivers when it comes to these World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint cars, has been in the World Championship multiple times, looking to return there. So we get ready to go racing. Pace truck down into the safety of the pit lane, and Blake Majulis is in control of the field. Gregory Lamy to his outside, and it's time to go racing from virtual Fairbury. Heat 1 is underway. It's a great start for Majulis at the front. Lamy taking P2, but they're fighting back from there, and multiple cars flipping over back from there. Richie Preston is up and over. Landon Cardoza and Clayton Tilley with damage as well. Huge drama to begin the night here from virtual Fairbury. Let's take a look at that replay and what exactly happened there. It looked like it was just a huge stack up when they came off of turn number 2. Here they are coming through 3 and 4 to take the green flag. And Jordan, just how quickly things can stack up here in these 410 sprint cars.
And you can see everyone just really close together, and then the 14 gets into the wall, which sends everybody into each other. About 2 cars rolled over right there, so not the start you want, especially here in Heat 1, because that's going to put your night to an end. It will send you to the LCQ, but definitely not what you want to start off your night here at Fairbury.
Just like that, already about to go to 2 laps to go here in the heat race. Battle for the transfer. Not much of a battle right now, as Howlett has a decently strong gap over Dean Garrity behind him, about 4/10. You see Garrity trying to make a move to the inside, not able to do so. Howlett going to continue to run up by that cushion as Blake Majulis at the front takes the white flag and is about to take the checkered flag. Just like that, Blake Majulis walks away with the first heat race victory of the night, and the number 127 will be working his way into the feature race tonight. A great finish for Blake Majulis, and he'll be starting on the pole in the feature race tonight. Gregory Lamy, Dylan Yeager, John Batista, David Allen, Timothy Smith, and David Howlett. The top 7 will be working their way into the feature. Dean Garrity, Clayton Tilley, Landon Cardoza. The final driver finishing off of the top 10 is Richie Preston. Time to take a look at the starting grid here for heat race number 2. And at the front of the field, it will be Evan C. with Carlin Cure starting P2, Logan Rumsey, Mason Hannigan, Kenny Miller the top 5. Braden Shute starts in P6, with the rest of the field being composed of Clayton Davies, Aiden Bierlin, Vinny Sansone, and Kenneth Dake. Top 10 drivers getting ready to go racing here in the next heat race of the night, heat race number 2. Arguably a little bit more important this heat race here, Jordan, because now the drivers have less of an opportunity, or less of them will be going into the consolation, so it makes being in the top 7 worth even just that much more.
These drivers are going to really fight hard here in this heat, and so I'm really looking forward to it, because a lot of these drivers in this are so fast, so it takes one restart to run away with that lead. So I'm really looking forward to who is going to walk away victorious here in this heat and head to that main feature.
Only takes one incident to cause a huge amount of carnage, and we are underway. We're going to take top 7 once again here from heat race number 2, and it's already drama around the transfer spot. As you can see the side by side, you can see the contact, and Kenny Miller is going to go up and over into a wall. He's able to save it. Kenneth Dake on the inside, getting a little bit loose as well. Battle for the transfer is with Clayton Davies up in front. Davies running away now with that top spot, and a good gap now over that 8th place spot, currently held by Kenny Miller. Over 1 second now the gap between the transfer and the next spot down, which is P8. Davies trying to continue to run away up in the top 7. Battle for the lead. Not much of a battle at all. Evan C. is pulling away at the front of the field right now. Exactly what he has been doing in the last handful of rounds of the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Qualifying Series. Remember, Evan C. was your winner from Virtual Williams Grove, looking to win once again as he comes onto the back straightaway. It'll be white flag this time by, already working his way through turns 3 and 4. And there's the white flag going out. One final lap as Aiden Bierlin makes a move further back and tries to work his way up closer to the top, but unfortunately loses out on a bit of spots. But the checkered flag is out for Evan C. And he is going to walk away with your win here in heat race number 2. So 2 heat races now over and done. And we're going to take a look at the full finishing results here for the consolation race. Evan C. walking away with the win. Logan Rumsey, Braden Shute, Aiden Bierlin, Clayton Davies, Mason Hannigan, and Carlin Cure, the top 7 moving on to the feature. Kenny Miller, Vinny Sansone, and Kenneth Dake finishing out that top 10. Time for the starting grid of the consolation race as we get ready to go racing. Last chance for these drivers to make it into the feature race tonight. And out in front, it'll be Dean Garrity with Kenny Miller, Clayton Tilley, Vinny Sansone, the top 4, Landon Cardoza, Kenneth Dake, and Richie Preston. Round out the 7 drivers who will take the green flag here in Virtual Fairbury for the last chance qualifier. Jordan, we're already in the last chance qualifier. Things happen so quickly here at Fairbury, like 11-second lap time. So we're very quickly burning through these heats. But remember, caution laps are off for these heat races. They will be on for the feature. So we could see a bit longer of a feature because of all the cautions. We can see just how quickly things can stack up here.
It's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it, but these drivers here in the LCQ ready to go racing. And Josh, usually this is the one that could be really anticipated because these drivers are really fighting for that 4th transfer spot. And so I'm looking forward to this one to see who's going to come out in this one and head over to that main feature.
Top 4 advance their way to the feature. We're green in the LCQ. Great start out in the front for Dean Garrity. Already trying to keep that transfer spot is Vinny Sansone. He hits the wall a little bit on the outside, but able to keep it. Drama here as Dean Garrity goes from the lead almost all the way down to last place. He will go to last for a moment as he hits the wall again in 1 and 2. Makes contact with another driver. That's Kenneth Dake Jr. And into the wall again goes Dean Garrity. Disaster for the pole sitter here in the consolation. Falls outside of the transfer spots. Now the driver who's involved in an incident in heat number 1, Landon Cardoza, holds that transfer spot here in P4. Richie Preston trying to catch up from P5. You can see a little bit of Richie Preston behind Cardoza now, trying to work that outside line to his best ability, but Cardoza on the inside, able to hold that transfer spot for the moment. You can see that blue groove line starting to develop, all of that rubber getting laid down, making it very dry up there. Drivers starting to search for moisture around the racetrack. Cardoza comes up, tries to throw a block. Here comes Preston. Richie Preston wants a spot in the feature. He can see it in front of him. It'll be 3 to go this time. Preston's gonna go for it. They're racing for the transfer as they go back into 1 and 2. Cardoza in 4th, Preston in 5th. They dive it into the corner. A little bit of contact. Cardoza's in the wall. Preston's gonna go into the transfer spot. They remain side by side for a moment. Here's the crossover. Can Cardoza get it back? Yes, he can. Cardoza back into the transfer spots. It's the white flag lap. One final time remaining here in the last chance qualifier. Cardoza has it. Contact with Preston. And Cardoza's in the wall. And Richie Preston is gonna walk away with the final transfer spot. Clayton Tilley takes the win in the consolation. And what a finish to the LCQ tonight. And we get ready for the feature after a dogfight for the final transfer spot. Tilly, Sansone, Miller, and Preston are going to work their way into the feature. And unfortunately, I believe for the first time this season, Landon Cardoza is going to be going home off of the consolation race. Kenneth Dake Jr. and Dean Garrity, 6th and 7th, the final two drivers in that last chance qualifier. And it's time to take a look at the starting grid for tonight's feature race. Blake Majulis takes the pole. Evan C. to his outside. Your two heat winners, Gregory Lamy, Logan Rumsey, Dylan Yeager, Braden Shute, the top 6. John Batista, Aiden Bierlin, David Allen, and Clayton Davies, the top 10. Timothy Smith, Mason Hannigan, the top 12. There's David Howlett, Carlin Cure, Clayton Tilley, Vinny Sansone, Kenny Miller, and Richie Preston, your top 18. And all 18 drivers who are ready to take the green flag here from virtual Fairbury as they all take to the track now. Feature race time, Jordan. We turn 8 laps into 10 laps, now into 30 laps. This is going to be a big challenge for these drivers, and if we do see cautions, remember those caution laps don't count. We're going to might see a lot of freezing in the action tonight.
And Josh, if I do believe, I'm pretty sure we saw Evan C. in P1 last week, and he had an unfortunate break, which cost him that win, but he's up there in that P number 2 right now, next to Blake Majulis. But with how fast Majulis has been all night, it's going to be a tough spot to really take over that lead as we're ready to go green. These drivers are all side by side, and you can see Evan C. is on the loud pedal so far, starting it off here in Fairbury.
Majulis barely getting away better than C. He's going to hold that lead for the moment. C going to try and fight from P2. Drama in the back as drivers start to work their way around each other. 3 wide moment as down on the inside, Dylan Yeager wants a piece of it, but at the front, Evan C. is going to be able to walk away with the lead. Just how quickly things can change here at Fairbury. Majulis to P2. C now to the lead as they all stack up behind 2 by 2 still as they all race their way through 3 and 4. The outside line right up against that cushion, starting to become the dominant line, but you can see it starting to gloss over. We could see drivers try and go to the bottom, looking for a bit of moisture as they all race through now. Already gonna put 4 laps behind us on a lap number 5. At the front, Evan C. is pulling away. We saw dominance from him at Williams Grove, Jordan. I think we're gonna see the same thing tonight. You mentioned it, an unfortunate break 1 week ago for C, but a dominant performance so far coming out from the 2 machine.
C already putting 1 second on Majulis, so he's really looking forward to really running away with that win tonight. He's just got to keep that car really straight and really hope that he doesn't open that door for Majulis, because it just shows how fast you can lose that spot here in the feature, especially because it's so much pressure for that driver of Evan C.
Side by side, Dylan Yeager on the inside. Outside, that is Logan Rumsey. Grabbing that spot is going to be Yeager, just barely though. You can see the difference in lines that they're running. Outside line preferred for Logan Rumsey, inside line preferred for Dylan Yeager. Looks like the inside line working just a little bit better as Yeager's gonna try and challenge Majulis for P2. Can't do it. We're gonna put a third of the race behind us as we go on a lap number 11, still side by side for second place. Majulis running middle line, Yeager's running pretty much all the way down the apron here at Fairbury. Now Majulis is going to try it to block the door from Dylan Yeager. It worked through 3 and 4. Not going to work through 1 and 2 as Yeager's going to stay side by side. Here comes the closing door for Majulis again, and it's going to work that time through 3 and 4. Majulis going to hold P2, but a wide open door on the inside for Dylan Yeager. Still fighting side by side. This is the main battle on the racetrack right now, battling for P2. Yeager on the inside, Majulis on the outside, showing the difference in lines that can develop here on these dirt tracks on the iRacing service, trying to get down to the inside. Yeager grabs that spot away from Majulis for a moment, but now as they go back into 1 and 2, Yeager with the nose in front. Majulis gonna fight back on the outside. Excellent side-by-side battling here, Jordan.
Majulis really trying to hold on to P number 2. You can see how much the lines are changing and how much Yeager really wants P2. He's got it right now, but Majulis is always there, so they're always side by side. So he's really trying to keep that machine really up there side by side with Yeager. He's trying to power through on the outside line, but that inside seems too consistent right now in this race that Yeager is going to run away with P number 2. But Majulis has just got to stay right there with him, and you never know what could happen further on in this race.
Majula's trying to stay with them, but that inside line working wonders right now for Dylan Yeager as he continues to pull away now from Majulis. 12 to go. Just how quickly we go over halfway. And you can see Evan C starting to put a couple of drivers one lap down as C goes to the bottom of the racetrack. 1.6 second gap over Blake Majulis currently, who sits in third place. Dylan Yeager sits in second place, 1.4 seconds. The gap back to Yeager. Side-by-side moment for Carlin Cure and Mason Hannigan. Cure going to be in the top 10. A little bit of drama further back coming off at turns 3 and 4. Three-wide moment between Preston Miller and Sansone. And almost making contact. That was Clayton Tilley back in the back. They're still going to continue to fight, almost 3 wide. They settle it out. This is a battle for P13 on the racetrack. They fight off of turn number 2 as Evan C. You can see that green machine coming down the back straightaway. It'll take 7 to go this time by. And Evan C. looking to become only the second driver this season to win multiple feature races in the top split competition. Remember, the only driver to do that so far this season is Gregory Lamy. And now Evan C. is going to try and do it tonight with just a handful of laps remaining. We go a little bit further back, side-by-side moments for Richie Preston, Clayton Tilley, and the rest as they continue to dogfight side-by-side. Up on the outside line, that's the number 80 of Vinny Sansone, and he gets loose, gives Clayton Tilley an opportunity to complete that pass. Also in this battle is Richie Preston and David Allen, and you can see Evan C. down on the inside trying to go by everybody, trying to salvage that race car to walk away with this feature race win. 3 to go. They're continuing to bounce off of each other further back, but with 2 laps to go, Evan C. is going to start to relax with that 1.5 second gap over second place Dylan Yeager. Through turns 3 and 4, it's white flag, 1 lap to go in the feature for Evan C. And for the first time this season, a caution flag free feature race, and walking away with the win, it is gonna be Evan C. He wins the feature race from Fairbury. Second feature race win of the season for the 2 machine. And what a run for Evan C., continuing to show that he is going to be a threat for the World Championship in 2022. And a fantastic way to end the feature race here from Virtual Fairbury. Full results are coming up now, and Evan C. with a 1.5 second gap over Dylan Yeager. Gonna walk away with that feature race win. Blake Majulis finishes 3rd. Logan Rumsey, Gregory Lamy, the top 5. Braden Shute, John Batista, Aiden Bierland, Carlin Cure with Mason Hannigan, the top 10. Looking down the rest of the order, it's Clayton Davies, Kenny Miller, Clayton Tilley, Richie Preston, Vinny Sansone, David Allen, Timothy Smith, and David Howlett. The 18 drivers who took the green flag here in the feature race. And Jordan, what a feature race that was. It was non-stop action, a lot of battling for second place, a lot of battling further back, but what domination we saw tonight from Evan C., continuing to show why he is in the top split of the qualifying series and why he deserves a spot in the World Championship.
You know, definitely, I give him credit for really running with the guys in the back, because it got a little messy back there, and he really stuck to his line. He stuck to the bottom, and he really made that machine work, and look where he is, P1 in victory lane. A great night for Fairbury.
We'll see if we can speak to any of the drivers from that feature race here in the post-race show, but continuing with sort of wrapping up the qualifying series season, we'll take one more look at that schedule. Of course, the route from Fairbury now concluded with that feature race. We have Kokomo on the horizon in 1 week's time on October 25th. That'll be the last round of the qualifying series, and then everybody will be gearing up for the World Championship. And here is that full schedule. We begin with Volusia, then go to Kokomo. For the first time ever, the Bristol Motor Speedway dirt track is on the calendar, with Eldora, Williams Grove, Knoxville, Cedar Lake, Lernerville, Weedsport, and Charlotte wrapping up the season. No duplicate races. It is 10 unique rounds as we get ready for the next installment of the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car iRacing World Championship. Remember, you can can catch all of the action on iRacing's social media platforms. And we hope to see you tuning into the action for the World Championship. This will do it for our broadcast here on Racecraft TV, but remember, in 1 week's time, we are ready to go racing from Kokomo. It's round number 6, the finale round of the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car World Championship Qualifying Series. Make sure you tune in, same time, same place, right here on Racecraft TV. For Jordan Hicks, my name is Joshua Lee. Thank you for tuning in to live coverage here from iRacing's virtual Fairbury of the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car World Championship Qualifying Series. And we hope to see you in 1 week's time as we conclude the Qualifying Series season from virtual Kokomo.